Good morning and welcome to this special place to be with God. Just like the place where you are, this is a place where we talk to God and listen to God. It's a place where we tell the stories of God. It's a place where sometimes we try to talk a little bit more softly because we know that someone might be talking to God and we don't want to disturb them. And we also know that this is a place where we can relax and we don't have to hurry because we have all the time we need. So I want to start off with our greeting, which is Christ is risen. And then your response to that is the Lord is risen indeed. So today is the 5th Sunday of Easter. So you can see our arrow is pointing to the 5th White Sunday. And so we just have a couple more Sundays to go in the Easter season. So I am going to light our Christ candle. If you have one at home that you use, you're welcome to get that out now, or just enjoy this one with me. And we light this candle just like we do in the sanctuary downstairs, to remind us that Christ is always with us whenever we gather together, especially when we gather together to hear God's stories. So I think you guys know how to get ready to hear God's story. Make sure that your bodies are in a comfortable position. Take a couple of deep breaths if you like to do that to help relax your body. And then we'll sing together, Be Still and Know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. So the first thing I'm going to do is read today's story out of our Bible. And this story is found in the book of John in the 21st chapter. And I'm reading verses 15 through 17. After the disciples had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." So Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him a third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter felt hurt because he said to him a third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." And after that, then Jesus said to him, "Follow me." So if you remember last week's story, it was about Jesus feeding the disciples breakfast on the beach. Do you remember? They'd been out fishing and they didn't catch any fish. And then in the morning, after a night of fishing, Jesus told them to put their net out on the other side of the boat, and it was filled with fish. And then Jesus had fed them breakfast of bread and fish on the beach. And after they had eaten breakfast, Jesus and Peter were talking. And Jesus said, "Peter, do you love me more than these?" And Peter said, "Yes, of course I love you, Jesus." And Jesus said, "Then feed my lambs." But then right away he asked him again. He said, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter says, "Yes, I love you." And he said, "Tend my sheep." And then Jesus asked him again. He said, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter felt kind of sad because Jesus had asked him this now 3 times. And Peter said, "Jesus, you know everything. You know that I love you." And Jesus said, "Feed my sheep." And then Jesus said, "Follow me." What do you wonder about this story? I wonder why Jesus asked Peter the same question 3 times. I wonder how it made Peter feel to have to keep answering the same question. If Jesus wants Peter to feed his sheep, first of all, I wonder what that really means. And I wonder what kind of a shepherd Peter would be. I wonder where Jesus is leading that he wants Peter to follow. You might have other things you wonder about too. And it is always good to wonder and think about our stories and talk about them with your family and with your friends. So now we're going to change our light. We change the light to remind ourselves that the light of Christ that was in one place at one time is now in many places at all times. Wherever we go and whatever we do, the light of Christ is with us. Amen.